cup of coffee in the big time, boys. This is going to be another resources video. I'm going to do, I think, forest planets and ice planets. That's going to be it. So, let's skip this bit. Haha, okay, so we got a forest planet here. Let's go there. Isn't Captain Kirk called Tiberius Kirk or something like that? That's a coincidence. I think I just liked Tiberius as a name, but whatever. Okay, yeah, so here it is. We've got a forest planet. Seems to be raining here as well. And what I've already been here. So what we have is there's still fruit in the trees. Really early on in development, I had this idea of getting out of your ship and kind of going through the trees and getting fruit out of them and stuff. But it kind of fell down. Some of the earliest stuff I did was getting out of your ship. It's not at all complete, so I can't just reactivate it. And I got comments on TikTok saying, "Oh yeah, that sounds really fun, we should get out of our ship," but I'm not sure it's ever going to happen. Maybe in Super Space Galaxy 2, huh? Maybe in Super Space Galaxy 2. So that's the strawberries. I also considered having mushrooms maybe next to the trees. It's not out of the question, because I was doing a bit of research on just what would make sense scientifically, and apparently mushrooms could be a thing. And that they would... And then there's also stuff about whether the rain would affect it or moisture levels. I don't know if I really want to simulate that. Just gets a bit complicated. This isn't some big ecosystem simulator. This is just sort of a adventure game, really. So, the other thing, just because I'm a self-indulgent Ultima Underworld 2 fan, I wanted to have Philaenium in mud. So, yeah, I think it should be on lakes. I've got the game to now distinguish between lakes and rivers, which are painted on at different times. And there we go. Philaenium. And, yeah, so you can look it up. It's in Ultima Underworld 2. It's some kind of fictional mineral, I think, that turns out to be important for that game. And the Philaenium uses the same liquid physics as the other liquids. It has different sound effects. I think I slowed down the sound effect so it sounds thicker. So I did try and just, you know, make things sound appropriate, not just be lazy and use the same sound effect. I'm getting quite a bit of Philaenium, yeah. So if I go around this lake, I'll get Philaenium, and it fetches a decent price so far. Maybe just because I'm keen on Philaenium, but I was hoping that could be something for a quest or something later on, you know, it's my game, damn it, and I can put all the Ultima Underworld 2 Easter eggs I want. And there's fish, so what I found was the shallow water should have more fish. That's what ChatGPT told me. I don't believe everything it says, but it is a pretty good tool. So if you're not using it, you might want to have a try with that. Also considered making a fishing game out of this, but this might be enough. It seems a bit weird that your ship would have to fish. And you do get more fish in the shallow water, although I think if we find some deep water, there'll be... Oh, no, if we find deep water, there'll be separate fish, because there are, I think, 4... Yeah, there's 4 kinds of fish. And I showed the only kind of fish in the island planet in the last level. I don't remember what I did even, like it was all based on a bunch of research on ChatGPT and all sorts of things. If we head to the deep water here, we should get some fish. And this kind of shows that my system is working, I think, that we can sort of anticipate what sorts of resources we'll find based on the terrain, you know, that's what I always wanted. Maybe I can't find any extra fish, because I've been here already. There's other kinds of fish. We're not going to get surprised by encounters in this run, because I already defeated all the enemies here. You can tell by the little white triangle thing there in the bottom left. We got any... Aha! Okay. No. Is that actually shallow water? Yes. Never mind that then. Let's... Oh, no, is that also shallow water? Yes, that is also shallow water. Let me cut to a different forest planet and show the other fish. Haha! So I did find a forest planet. At least I forced one in. Found an extra weapon here. Oh, it's the Spazer Beam. It's new. I might have a separate video on the Spazer Beam and some of the weapons, but I am kind of pleased with the Spazer Beam. And yeah, it's a blatant Super Metroid reference. I like it. I can do what I want. Yeah, so now we're going to see the other kind of fish, which is this pufferfish thing. And so far, all the fish are just called fish. I think they're all independent kinds of fish, but they are just called fish. I might distinguish them in their names, but there it is. Anyhow, let's go to an ice planet and have a look at that. Oh yeah! So we're now in an ice planet. I'm kind of pleased with how these have turned out as well. So they used to be kind of boring. All they had was this snow and these kind of icy formations. They don't have any depth to them, or shadows not going to go up and down. So all they really had was these ice formations with liquid nitrogen in them, which is okay, but it was a bit kind of blah, like they were a bit dull. So what I've managed to add is we now have this kind of no snow on the ground thing. So I guess implicitly they're a little bit less cold in some places, I guess. That there's some sort of there's a little bit of implications of levels of heat and elevation levels and things in these planets, but not that much. And the really exciting thing is that, yes, we start with liquid nitrogen. Liquid nitrogen, obviously enough, works like the other liquids, so it does the sloshing animation. Also uses the the bottle of bleach for its sound effects. Same sound effects. And then, well, so I think there's nothing near the ice. But the great new thing is they've got these kind of watery pools, and the water contains another kind of fish. So I should have, yes, I've got what, 1, 2, 3. I don't know, there's 3 kinds of fish. I haven't got the tropical fish on here. Actually, let me show all the fish. There we go. That contains all the kinds of fish. Let's just make sure I don't destroy the wrong stuff. There they are. There they are. For posterity, those are the kinds of fish. There we go. So that's all 4 kinds of fish right there. And so that makes these planets feel a little bit more alive. I think they're not quite so just icy wastelands, although there is plenty of icy wasteland. Because I kind of like the atmosphere of icy wastelands, honestly. The music Alan did for me for this. I might put a link to some of Alan's stuff. Like he's been great, and the music is also a blatant Metroid Prime, whichever one that had Phendrana drifts in it. It's another blatant Metroid Prime reference, which I approve of. But the really interesting thing is that these pools are also significant because their dirt contains amethyst. And I think I just asked where I could have amethyst. Basically, this was a real sort of rationalizing thing, where I just wanted amethyst. I think amethyst is cool. It's purple, and it doesn't normally get talked about. Everyone's on about diamonds and things, but I don't want to hear about amethyst. And Ultima Underworld 2 has this amethyst rod that you're supposed to make. I think I was just given the rod, so I'm a bit in love with amethyst. And this is a place where it might just about potentially be expected to form. So so far you can only find amethyst on the ice planets, but there it is. And that's pretty much it, except for the nether planets. I think I'll do those in a separate video. So, and I've got a more robust system for doing resources too. So if there's more resources we want, more little ideas we have. Oh, let's get this. Weapon acquired. Anyway, there'll probably be one more video about resources, looking at the nether. That's got some cool resources too, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Do you have a game idea you've always wanted to make, but don't know how to get started? My coaching is designed to help you finish your first game in ClickTeam Fusion 2.5. Click the link in the description to join my Discord server, and let's get you on the path to being the game developer you always wanted to be.